Hello everyone. So in today's video, we are talking about how you can conquer the most of the business challenges with those 5 mindset levers that are super easy to use. You just need to start somewhere. I use them every day, and they create this kind of a magical transformation. But they are not only the stardust and magic, but they are also scientifically proven. So let me guide you through it. I will just want to double check if you can see me and hear me. Yes. All right. Super. Um, for you guys who don't know me, just a short introduction. I am Maggie, #1 fearless marketing coach, and I work with female entrepreneurs who are already warriors, unapologetic about their dreams and desires. But sometimes they doubt their abilities to make it happen, and frequently they just don't know how. So when we work together, I turn them into ceiling breakers. So they confidently move forward no matter what, toward and beyond six-figure business. And now, one of the game changers really for me that I have learned on my entrepreneurial journey. And as you know, I am many years already running my own business. I started as a consultant. Now I am a business coach. Um, I think that mindset really determines your success. And I want to speak about the mindset because I know that many of my clients, if not every one of my clients, have some kind of a mindset issue when we start work. And I have prepared a lot of notes for that session. So I will be looking into that because this is a really complex topic and I want us to be focused through this journey. So what I would like to underline is that there is a massive difference between the unstoppable mindset and the fixed mindset. The unstoppable mindset will elevate you wherever you want to be. I mean, really, there is absolutely no limit. If you have a fixed small mindset, then you will be feeling stuck. You will be not moving from the place where you are. You will be simply, settling, and you will not make the quantum shifts that are required to have the business success, to have high-end clients, and to bring a lot of money into your bottom line. So I would like to share with you um, five mindset levers. I call them levers. You can call them steps or really mindsets that always help me whenever I have any business challenge or any life challenge, really. Um, what happens is that when you adopt the right mindset, you are acting from the place of power. If you have the fixed mindset that tells you don't do it, you are not enough to, or who you are, or you are this and that. These are like diminishing, disempowering statements that you may hear in your head. This kind of mindset will create the discomfort, will induce the self-doubts, will put you in the fearful place. And we don't want that. First of all, we don't want that, right? We want to fly, we want to expand, we want to move forward. So really, where I would like to encourage you to is to adapt the powerful mindset not the forceful mindset. And the difference between two is the powerful mindset is the one which is fully aligned with who you are, with your authentic self. The forceful mindset is the one you think you should have. So you act the way you believe some, external forces, the people expect something from you. You think that you should behave like that, or maybe you should do this. So even though deep down on your heart level, on your soul level, you regret to do that, you really force yourself to do this, and this never ends up well. I know that I've been acting like that half of my life, and only when I started to, to listen to myself and follow the voice of power that really, guides me every day, then I started to make great decisions. It doesn't matter that I didn't make great decisions in the past. I did. But we want to make great decisions every day, not occasionally. All right. So we are going slowly to this mindset levers. And before I will start dive into them, I wanted to just quickly connect with you and ask you, how many of you feel discomfort when you need to stand in front of the camera and show your face and start speaking your own voice? Or how many of you feel completely awkward and completely unnatural when you need to present your offers to complete strangers and online, not even in person? Or how uncomfortable it feels to speak to your client about raising your fees or actually charging more because you feel there is a value in what you are offering. And I think that especially for women, and especially for women who feel themselves as introverts, this kind of discussions become really, really uncomfortable. And many women, actually like 95, 96%, decide not to do anything about that. And so now I'm going to share with you this 5 mindset levers that will help you to move from the place where you feel you are stuck, or you don't know what to do, or you feel small. So lever number one. Lever number one is helping you, especially when you feel anxious, when you feel in doubts, and when you feel that somebody is really expecting something from you. I call this lever adopt positive and unstoppable mindset. I just touched on that in the beginning, and now I would like to dive deeper into this. Remember that you are in charge of your mind. I mean, the thoughts that we are thinking are flowing freely. However, we have the power, and we have 100% of power and ability to govern those thoughts. What happens is that nobody else is in place to govern your thoughts. You are the only person who can change your thoughts instantly. And the thought, because you know what happens, the belief is really the thought which is being thought multiple times. And by this, the thought starts to be imprinted in your brain. What you can do, you can really dismantle the connections of these thoughts into your brains and the emotions that stand behind those thoughts. And actually, you can induce completely new empowerment and powerful thoughts that will add the wings to your shoulders. So if you feel right now that your ego is running the show and you are a little bit powerless, try to figure out what kind of thoughts you are telling yourselves. And I'm going to share in a second this story that showed me really vividly how how I have already changed the perspective. A couple of years ago, actually, I think it must have been more than 6, 7 years ago, we had a theft in our house. During night, a couple of people um, enter by force into our house. We were sleeping on in our bedroom, and we didn't woke up. And what happened? The burglars, they took both of our cars. And we woke up in the early in the morning, finding out that the terrace door is open, and my purse is out, and my husband's jacket is out on the terrace. And actually, we realized that there must be the burglary in our house. Very soon, we realized that the cars were missing from the parking spot in front of our house. And obviously, we were in shock. But very, very soon, in few minutes, really, we embraced this shock and we realized, both my husband and myself, that actually we are lucky because nothing else were missing from the house, and nothing happened to us. And other than the terrace door, which was broken, we didn't have any other damage in our house. So obviously we were sort of forced. Our souls were forced. So that was very uncomfortable feeling. But nothing else, nothing serious really happened. We had police, we had the insurance company, etc., etc. So that was the first learning that I learned. We were okay. Nothing really serious happened. And the next stage was the story of the insurance of my car. Both of the cars were company cars. But my husband was employed at the corporation, so he received like a replacement of his cars in a few days. I had, since I am the entrepreneur and I run my own company, I had to take care of the replacement of my car by myself. So I had to wait for the money from the insurance, and it was good 8, 9 months since I received money back. So for this time, I had to cope with some temporary solution. And I realized that in all of this mess, I had, brilliant friends who were borrowing me their cars. One of my friends like organized long-term lease for me, where the first months was completely free, and then the following months were on the very preferable rates. And I realized that not only I have brilliant people around me and great energy around me that is helping me to get through it, but also something that the way I looked at my car really, really changed. I had a car which was fairly good equipped, but I was fed up with this car already. I really wanted this car to be not stolen, but I wanted this car to disappear from my life. I wanted to have a new car, but I still needed to wait another year for a car. So now I know that I really induced this kind of disappearing of a car from my life. So that was a tough lesson. Um, But then buying a new car, first I was buying a new car much sooner than planned, so it was fun. And I learned what kind of an equipment I really need and want in the new car, because in the cars that I was using in this interim period were not equipped as my car. They were quite basic cars. So I learned what are the like absolute musts I want to have in the new car. So this is the story that shows you how you can change the perspective at looking at your business, looking at your life, even if something as messy as the theft or burglary happens in your life. So for instance, what I would like to encourage you to do is, um, clients that come to me, they say, well, I don't know where to take the clients from, or I don't know how to generate the income or revenue. And I teach them how to adopt the perspective. The clients are everywhere. Think about how you can approach them. What offer you can offer to them, um, and also many people, especially those who are coming with fear of being visible. That was my fear like a year ago. And I know that women kept thinking, I look horrible in the camera, or people will judge me. Then instead of thinking these thoughts, try to think, even if they judge me, well, first of all, I don't care if people will judge me or not, because I know that people who need me are there and they see me. So there is a value for them. And those people who normally I think they might judge me, I know they will be surprised with how much I know and how much value I provide. Um, this is really huge mindset shift that will help you to follow in the next mindset levers that I'm going to share with you. The lever number 2 is be very, very specific about your dreams and your desires. Um, People have a tendency, women especially, women entrepreneur, they have these dreams like, I want to earn more money, or I need more money in my business. More money is very like a big blurb. It's not specific. When you are creating the money, and we will be discussing about money mindset in a sec, you have to be very specific. It gives very tangible goals. So instead of telling I want more money, tell yourself, how much do you want to earn? Do you want to earn like do you want to be a $50,000 or euro entrepreneur, $50,000 annually, or $50,000 monthly? These are two completely different, mindsets. So think about, where do you want to go? What is your mindset? And be very, very, very specific. And don't allow don't know how thoughts to stop you, because you are a warrior. You're not stupid. You will figure this out. You will learn on the go. So even if you don't know how today, you don't know how to make $1 million, you will find this out on the go. But dream big. Remember that your dreams has to be really, really big. There is no artificial glass ceiling. You can break the ceiling. You can achieve absolutely everything. With this mindset, even the sky is not the limit. To do this, you need to use empowering statements. So instead of telling yourself, I don't know how to do it, tell yourself, I will figure this out. I always know how to turn things to come to me. I am always not only figuring out, but I'm always landing on my two legs. I'm always, lucky. I always end up in a positive place. These are the huge, huge shifts that will help you. And this is, there is a place in your brain, it is called reticula, which acts as your activation system. So when you, for instance, I'm thinking, how to explain it the best for you. Um, let's take the example from the life example. So, for instance, if you want to buy a bicycle for your kid, um, and you make a decision that, well, for this Christmas, he or she will get the new bike. All of a sudden, you start noticing around you the places where you can buy a bike. You notice the ads online, you notice the shop online, you notice maybe, some of the neighbors are exchanging the bikes. So you just notice these opportunities. And reticula in your brain is responsible for that, because what happens, reticula is opening these scanners in your brain that allows you to see things, only because you have sent or you have activated the desire to buy, to have, to achieve something. And the same happens in business. If your desire is become um, $500,000 coach, and you are highly determined and motivated to do this, you can achieve that. Um, you just need to prepare the empowering statement for you and repeat that statement as mantra every day. Just be careful to just say it to yourself, not to share it to everyone, not because something will happen with your statement, but if you share it with people who are not on the same language as you, they might start to worry about you, and the worry also sends the vibration, which is a negative vibration, which will be lowering your own vibration. So share it with the people you trust, people who are in the same game. You can share it with other coaches, with your coach, with your personal trainer. These are people who are sort of empowering you and not dragging you down. By doing this, you are imprinting your new desires in your subconscious mind, and you are really opening this, reticular system, and you are basically hiring reticula for every day. Let me just take a sip of tea, as I am talking, but this is fascinating, right? I see, guys, that you are commenting. I will come back to your comments right after. Because I need to really concentrate sharing this stuff with you. It is very easy to deviate in other topics here. The lever number three. Lever number three is really the money mindset. And again, in the area of money, we also adopt different kind of beliefs. Being little children, we simply adopt money beliefs of our parents or the environment we are growing up, and we take over the behaviors around money from this environment. What happens, we have all the stories already imprinted in our mind. And we spent like, 30, 40, 50 years with this imprinted stories. With the fearless money mindset, you can basically drop these stories and you can adopt, create first the new stories and imprint them in your subconscious mind. So again, you need to be very careful about adopting only empowering beliefs, empowering thoughts, empowering statements. For instance, instead of telling yourself, um, money is always running away from me, or money is disappearing for me, or I'm not lucky with money, you can tell yourself, money loves me. It is safe to have money. It is safe to save money. I know how to accumulate money and protect this money for future. If you are an accumulator by archetype, for instance, and accumulating is important for you. Or you can tell yourself it's okay to spend money on myself, um, on my pleasures. And this is especially for women, we forbid ourselves to spend money for just for us because the family thing is are more important. Children stuff is more important. Um, so we keep ourselves small there, and we keep money from ourselves. And what happens is we sort of not deviate, but redirect. We redirect all the money that come to us to different members of the family and to the house, so we don't consume that money. And in a way, money subconsciously know that it is actually our wish to be for the money to be redirected. So be very, very careful. What is the story you are telling yourself about the money? And there are a couple of topics which are related. Actually, it's a lot of topic which are related to the money mindset. And money mindset is a completely like a um, separate training, separate coaching type that I also coach. But for instance, what it covers the alchemy of your identity in case of money. As I was mentioning in the beginning, it's a very different identity whether you are 100,000 annual income coach or you are 100,000 monthly income coach. Two different personalities, two different mindset, two different statements that you are telling yourself, two different identities. Another thing is it's coming from the value. So, what is the value? What is the sort of price tag on your work you are putting yourself? How you see the value of your work and the transformation you are creating with your clients? Um, Whether you are diminishing yourself and you are undercharging and over delivering, or you are actually know what is your price tag. You see really the value of yourself there. Um, Another thing which is very much involved or related here is time. How do you value your time? Do you work 24/7? Like many of us used to, and I'm the first victim here? Or do you give yourself permission to rest, to load your batteries, um, to spend time also on pleasure? Even though you are building your business and you know that you should be focused on the business, but um, if you give your mind the rest, the necessary pleasure time, it has a tremendous impact on the money mindset and your ability to create more money around. So this gives a completely new perspective, the new experience and the new way of seeing the circumstances around you. Once you adopt it, it becomes your new normal. Some of you, you know that I've been trained as I was training my millionaire mindset, uh, and a lot of things really changed in the way I value my time, I value my work, I value my um, peer group, my tribe. I adopted really the millionaire mindset. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I am aware and I'm confident that I will get there, and it will be sooner than later. Um, you, what happens is that you become really aware of your power, of your ability to create loads of money, and what happens is that all decisions you take happen from that place. And when you take decisions from the place of a millionaire mindset, even though you're not millionaire at the moment, the miracles happen. And one little story that I wanted to share here is in July or August 2018. Um, I started my money mindset training. And what happened? And I didn't have lots of money at that time, like close to zero. I basically spent my last money on that training, and I started to to train myself on the money mindset. What happened is that within 2 weeks from starting that, I have created almost 15,000 euro. A client came to me from absolutely nowhere. We were not connected before. We didn't know each other before. He found me through a LinkedIn connection, and that was a male. Even though I wanted to work with women, he had a project which was a brilliant project for me, the corporate project. The negotiations were super easy. Everything was closed in 1 week. $15,000 just like that. And from that moment, I like steadily increase my income every month. I visualize my income. I have the the tables. I have Excel, so I see how my money is growing, and I have like I'm accumulating 5 times more money than in August 2018, and it's not only 2 years, and I have 5 times more money. It is amazing, and every month when I look at my my graphs, everything is going up. Yeah, sure. There are months when the line is going a little bit down, but then the next one is going up. On average, I have absolutely steep arrow up in case of my revenue. So I'm super happy here, and I know that the big impact is my money mindset. Obviously, I needed to do the work. I needed to. It's not only praying and meditating and shifting the mindset. You need to do the job, but it happens from a completely different energetic place. So it helps me, reaching out to people. It helps me presenting my offers. It helps me increase my prices. It helps me stand firmly behind my prices because I know that the value is there in what I offer. And I know how magical transformations my clients are producing. Actually, we are producing it together, but they are, experiencing. So I anticipate what is next for them, seeing how they are changing and how they are expanding. So lever number 4 is really get the focus on moving forward. And here there are like 2 elements to this. Focus is very important and moving forward. When you adopt all this mindset, you will be inclined to, to run, to move, to put your steps forward, and that's fantastic. However, you need a focus for that, because you know that it's very easy to be scattered, to be deconcentrated, to deviate into different angles, especially in social media. When you want to, just focus, you want to post really something, but you end up in discussing with other people and looking at other people's posts for 3 hours, while you could have really concentrate, for the 2 hours on creating the sales conversations, or finding your new clients, or maybe preparing the new offers. So the focus here is really key, and the focus comes from the goals. And I know that especially for spiritually driven people, spiritual coaches, intuitive coaches, setting up goals sounds like counterintuitive, but actually you can learn how to do it, and you can sort of dance your energy with this. So what I do, I set up obviously my annual goals, my quarterly goals, and my monthly goals. I also create my weekly goals. My weekly goals are not monetary, but they are achievements in terms of, for instance, how many people I would like to get in touch with, or how many posts I would like to create, valuable posts, or um, what is the transformation that I would like to experience myself. So, what is my next level in this week that I would like to learn, I would like to expand? So, not only, the tangible, like monetary goals, but also spiritual goals, expansion goals are smart to be adopted. And once you have those goals, they will help you to focus. Think about whether what you are doing right now is bringing you closer to your weekly goal, or whether this is really the distractor. I put my goals on my post-it, on the yellow post-it cards, weekly goals, and I just stick it to my computer, to my screen, so I can see it, every time. And when I find myself, procrastinating or spending more time on something, then I check myself against my goals, where I am, and that helps me to come back to focus. And lever number 5, this is one of the, all of them are important, but this one is really, this is the diamond in them. I call it learn by doing. And actually, this is allow yourself to not to be perfect. Um, this lever is about, we are all, on the journey, and we are stepping into the new things. So it means that we have to learn. We have to learn them. We have to experience them. And for many women entrepreneurs, as we are, perfectionists, and we are brought to this world by our mothers as like this self-sufficient and independent women who have to be perfect, who have to do things by themselves. So we don't allow ourselves to help us. We don't allow ourselves to be 50%, 60% there. And we just want to finish everything, and only when it's finished, then to show it to the world. And that's a mistake, because if you would like to wait until you are perfect, you might wait very, very long. And that will give you frustration, that will give you more of self doubts, and that will give you more of the anxiety. So, actually, the confidence comes from the experience, and the action gives you the experience. So, you see here the sort of the action of it is chain reaction, right? The action gives you the experience gives you the confidence. So what you need to do, you need to allow yourself to do the action and take the baby steps. Start small. You don't have to have like the full website to run your business. You don't have to have all your offers to run your business. Prepare one offer and offer it through social media. Offer it, even if not through social media, offer it through the telephone to the friends and family or to your former clients. Make a first step and you will figure this out, on the go. It's okay to be imperfect. I know it from from my heart, because I was learning the hard way. So if I can save you like 6 months or even a month on your entrepreneurial journey, take this lesson and just give yourself permission to be imperfect. We are so perfect in our imperfection. It gives authenticity. It shows also the fact that we are on the entrepreneurial journey. All of us are. And some of us are on step 10, some of us are on step 1, some of us are on step 121. But we are all, moving in the same direction. Um, Right now, I know that my journey is fun. I'm looking for fun and I'm looking for ease. For some of you who are in the beginning of the journey, fun and ease might be not really the one or the quality that you are looking for, because you are looking more for how to do things. So you will be looking for the lessons. I know the lessons because I'm, a couple of steps ahead you. I want every lesson that I'm going to absorb bring me ease and bring me joy, bring me fun. You will get there with me, I hope. So, observing and watching other people gives you this, how to learning how to do things. Um, but at some point you need to feel like at the edge of your nest. You need to start flying. So if you would like to start, selling and feel that all of the sudden the selling becomes easier than before, um, if you find the power in yourself to stand in front of the camera or the microphone and share your wisdom with your tribe, or you find the awkward money discussions that they start to be easier, or you see the world in the positive colors, you start to believe that you know how to figure out things, you know how to do things. Um, this is really what the mindset shift gives you. So, if you would like to take this further, and if you would like to learn how to reposition your mindset and your fees, and to start seeing more profit in your bottom line, becoming fearless and unstoppable, then contact me and we will arrange a time for us to speak. Thank you for joining me today, and be sure to join me the next week for more tips on growing the authentic business confidently towards and beyond the six figures and the profit and freedom you desire. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and the week.